There are some hidden mechanics in BTD6 most players don't know about. In this video I will show you every hidden mechanic, from the ones that are purely visual to those that actually influence the gameplay. First of all, the hidden mechanics that don't change the gameplay at all. Most people probably know about them because you need them for the achievement golden ticket, but here in Candy Falls you can click some specific spots to let these Oompa Loompas appear, and if you click them in the right order they will play the Oompa Loompa song. Next up is a small one on a resort. You can actually close and open these umbrellas. On Hatch you can actually rotate the statue by just clicking on it. This doesn't change anything about the map, but you can actually see that this stone dart is just, in mid-air and not held by anything, which is kind of weird, but that's a neat one I guess. So in Quarry you can unlock some fossils by clicking this X first, then this rock and then this one here. Next up you want to click this spot, this rock and this one, and lastly this X, this rock right here that is covered by my spikes right now, and then this rock, and then you can click these cracks multiple times and uncover all the fossils. On Tinkerton you have 3 secrets actually. There are actually 4, but the 4th one will be later on. For now we will cover this book right here that you can flip open and closed. The flipping board you can also flip with some nice formulas there and the root of pi apparently. And if you click this rocket multiple times it will actually fly away. Uncarved is a little bit of a mechanic that is not really that important either. You can click on the cauldron and it will jump. That's nice I guess, but as all of those in this list so far, they don't change anything in the gameplay. Next up is 4 circles. As you can see, this timer moves like normal seconds right now, but if you use fast forward, it will actually move faster. The crane on High Finance can spin if you click it. And if you haven't realized yet, the track of High Finance is shaped like a $sign. On Bloody Puddles there is actually a hidden kiwi that appears if you click right here at the tree. I don't know the exact spot where you need to click, but if you click a little bit around the tree, the kiwi will appear. If you go into a game on the cabin, you have this little bat right here hanging from the tree that you can click and it will fly away. On skates you have these 3 penguins that you can click all 3 one by one and they will jump into the water. So in Enchanted Clay, the cherry blossom tree actually has a quite cool mechanic. It will lose leaves the lower your lives go. As you just saw right now, it lost quite a few leaves. That was because we went under 75% of our lives. Now when we go under 50% it will again lose leaves, and if we go under 25% as just right now it will again lose a lot of leaves. On another brick you have all those pigeons that you can click, and if you click them they will fly away and lose some feathers. This is not really a removable object, but it definitely changes the way the map looks, and that is on Spa Pits. If you click these rocks in an order that their scratches are, so 1, 2 scratches, 3 and 4, you can make this map harder into tar pits. On the cabin you can actually remove this car, which will then just be hit by lightning and drive away on its own. On Dark Path you can remove those walls by clicking these cave entrances one by one, and you can remove up to 3 wall segments like this. On 3 mines round you can remove these gold deposits or gold crystals by putting some cash into them, and you get a lot of cash in return actually, especially with this one, giving you a 60,000 cash in profit. As we all know, on 1-2-3 there will be actually some trees that will leave after a certain amount of rounds. Here I will just show you a little sheet where you see which tree leaves on which round. On skates you can remove these houses, just throw them into the water by paying 500 bucks, which removes another water space. As we all know, this pond closes at each round starting with or ending with a 6, for example 16, 26 and so on. You can open it again for some cash, and that cash will increase the higher the rounds go, but you can also remove all of these palms. On Quiet Street there are a lot of things you can remove. For example, you can open up those lakes and also drive away all of those cars. On Encrypted, you can remove these rocks to reveal some graves or plateaus for your monkeys to be placed on. I will get back to this map later on, though, because there is some really exciting secret here, so stay to the end to not miss that. On Bazaar you can remove all of those palm trees here, so that you can have some more land towers placed. Obviously you can remove those piles on cards and darts as well. On Haunted you can remove those 2 trees, for 500 bucks each. On Downstream you can move those stones, but those are all things everyone knows about. Same goes for firing range, crack, stream bed, shoots, rake, Spice Islands, X Factor, Last Resort, Midnight Mansion, Mesa, Sunken Columns, Spillway, Cargo at around 40, because before around 40 you actually can't move those 2 trucks. Pat's Pond, High Finance, Peninsula, another prick, Cornfield, Bloody Puddles, Quad, Dark Castle, and lastly Ouch. Now to the mechanics that actually influence the gameplay. Let's start with a weird one. Did you know that the Icicle Impale can make mobs go faster? For example, this mob right here has a speed of 5%. When the Icicle Impale hits it, it will actually start moving faster, as you can see. This is because the Icicle Impale slows to a fixed value, and that is the speed of a ZOMG. If you, for example, had a ZOMG coming in, it would be slowed to 50% speed. Now the problem is, if that ZOMG is already below 50% speed, it will be sped up. If it is at 50% speed, the Icicle Impale won't do any slow or speed up at all. This also works with every other mob type, as you can see with the mob here, and it also works with the BFB and DTT. It doesn't work with the B.A.D, obviously. Next up is the Desert Phantom. We all know that it can't pop lead balloons on its own. But here's the catch. If you send out a different type of balloon before and it hits that, the shrapnel of the Desert Phantom can pop lead balloons. So if you, for example, now send a different balloon type out before the leads, the shrapnel of the Desert Phantom can pop the leads. For example, we send out ceramics and leads behind them. As you can see, all of the balloons are getting popped, even the lead balloons, because of the shrapnel. Everyone knows about the True Sun God and the vengeful True Sun God. But did you know that if you have a level 20 Adora in his range, she will also transform? And if you get the true Vengeful Sun God on Adora's temple, the whole map will transform, while the map basically stays the same, other than some visual differences. Adora will actually gain a massive DPS boost, especially on her abilities. Same goes for the True Sun God when he is a Vengeful True Sun God. He will also gain a huge DPS boost, and as a Vengeful True Sun God, he will also now give an even greater boost to towers in his range. Did you know that the Ninja Monkey actually grants some hidden buffs when he is upgraded to his Paragon? For example, right now you see the set OMG coming in, and if we upgrade to our Paragon, the set OMG will move slower than he was before. That is because the Ninja Paragon also grants a 50% slow on all Bloons except for bats and boss Bloons, and it also inherits the Grand Saboteur ability, so that all Bloons, except boss Bloons again, spawn with 25% less health, and that permanently. He also gives every monkey on screen camo detection, which is pretty neat. As we all know, the Super Brittle gives some debuffs to Bloons, so that they take more damage. The same goes to our Ice Paragon though. The Ice Paragon does also, though, apply an additional buff of plus 40 damage from cold, frigid or glacier type attacks. So if you have another Ice Monkey or for example Silas in combination with our Ice Paragon or even the middle path of Mer Monkey, then they will deal a lot more damage. As we all know, the Mer Monkey gains a range buff when he is placed on water. But the interesting part about it is that this right here, in Frozen Over, seems to be a water spot actually. So right here is a water spot that only the Mer Monkey can be placed on, which is quite interesting. As we all know, the banana farmer can collect bananas, but did you also know that he can collect Bloon traps, even though his description says that he can collect all bananas and it doesn't say anything about traps? Tinkaton is a pretty funny map, because this tall grass here at the end actually slows down Bloons, as you can see with those pinks. You can see they're pretty fast, and if they reach the end, they get slowed down in this tall grass. But this is extremely important because it can't only slow down pinks and other Bloons, but this is actually the only mechanic that can slow down bats. As you can see, now when the B.A.D goes into the tall grass, it will actually move slower now. This hydraulic press on Scrapyard can be clicked, and when it hits, it will actually pop Bloons and stun them. So for example, if we put in some ceramics, it will stun them. The pinks were too weak, so they got instantly popped, and the rest will be stunned. This only works on any non-mob class Bloon though. Another thing that can stun Bloons are the flower buds in Lotus Island, and they can actually stun every Bloon type except for bats and boss Bloons again. So if we just send in some blimps here and regenerate the timer, we can actually stun all of them for a short time. On Frozen Over, if you hit that ice 30 times, the cave monkey will come out and help you with your battle against the Bloons. And the important thing about the cave monkey is that he can actually stun Bloons, and also all mob class Bloons except for B.A.Ds. Now the next secret doesn't really change your gameplay that much, but if you place all 3 tier 5s of the Mer Monkey in Luminous Cove, then these lights will activate, and if you then click on here twice, it will reveal some extra water space, which doesn't really do anything but actually give you some more water space to, for example, stack up some EcoSense network or some other water towers. Did you know that the portal in Plunaris Prime is active on every round that is a prime number? The only exception is round number 1, which is also a prime number, which apparently also activates the portal, but the Bloons still go through the normal way. There are 2 hidden towers in BTD6, one on Encrypted and one in Dark Dungeons. The statue in Dark Dungeons is probably the better known of the 2. For that you need to click those 2 torches here to activate those traps, and then you can click the statue to activate it for 30,000. That is only level 1 though. You can also activate the statues level 2 and 3 after some time. So if you just play some rounds, like for example we'll send in around 50, we should be able to click the statue and upgrade it to level 2 and 3. There we have level 2 and level 3 for 100,000, and this gives it some more power, but overall the price is not really worth what you'll get. The second one is the Everseer on Encrypted, which is a little bit more complicated however. First of all, you need to remove all those rocks, and then you want to place a tier 5 of every category on their respective platforms. And then you also need to place a monkey of each category on their graves. Now, to get the cheapest possible way, you want to start off with a 500 dart monkey. Then you want to get a 050 ninja, a spike factory upgraded to 005, and a sniper upgraded to 005 as well. Now for the base monkeys on their respective graves, you want to get a dart monkey here, a wizard over there, then a beast handler right here, and a base sniper there. Now the last thing you need to do is get a sun avatar in the middle, and you will unlock the Everseer if you upgrade that sun avatar to a temple. This will cost a total of 198,535 cash, and for that you'll get this tower that just hooks in some bloons. He is definitely stronger in my opinion than the statue in Dark Dungeons, but you also have to remember that you can't place anything else in the middle now, and yeah, he is just basically a gimmick. You wouldn't ever go for any big free play runs on Encrypted, right? As probably everyone knows, the portal on Ancient Portal can be redirected, but did you also know that if you pop 15,000 bloons in a range of 70 range units around this portal at the top here, it will actually light up these statues that can produce a massive explosion that will not only damage bloons but also stun them. It can stun everything except for mats and boss bloons again, so they are kind of out of this once again. But if you just farm up enough pops here at the top, the statues will start lighting up. And now that they're lighting, you just have to click them, and they will cause this huge explosion, which actually stuns mob bloons for a long time. Did you know about this pressure valve on Castle Ranch? It, if activated, will blow back some bloons so that your monkeys have more time to hit them. As you can see, the bloons have no getting through there. This can actually only blow back normal bloons though, it doesn't work on any mob class bloons, sadly. The rounds on which the ice disappears on erosion are 18, 63, 54, 72, and 90. On Glacial Trail we have a similar mechanic as to the erosion one with the round-based events, but on this one, Glacial Trail, it is that your monkeys will actually freeze every 9 rounds for 2 rounds. So if you place a monkey on round 10, it will be frozen in round 19 and 20, and then again in 29 and 30 and so on. The only monkeys that can't get frozen are the ice monkeys and Silas. On Cornfield you have those 3 hidden spots that are especially helpful when doing some achievements, like for example the No Harvest achievement. Did you know that if you hit these panels in Flooded Valley both 5 times, and then the first one and then the bottom one, this button will appear with which you can flood actually the whole valley and turn this map into a basically all water map. So Workshop has this mechanic that bloons here move 50% faster by default. A way though to get around this is by activating the reverse motor, which will then again slow the bloons down to their normal speed. You can also activate the track extensions and have a longer track. And for our very last hidden mechanic we are on a ravine, where you can unleash the sword by clicking it 24 times. This will deal only 3 damage, but it can pop every balloon type though. And those were all the hidden mechanics as of now in BTD6. If I forgot any, then please let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, then please leave a like and subscribe to not miss any future videos, and I'll see you in the next one.